The hard truth about hybrid cats. Hello, and welcome to today's discussion where we unravel the harsh reality behind hybrid cats. Those exotic-looking felines that have gained popularity in recent years. You might have come across Bengals, Savannahs, or even Chausies and found their wild, leopard-like spots or sleek, slender figures appealing. But have you ever considered what goes on behind the scenes to create these animals or what life is like for them once they are part of a household? Today, we're diving deep into the suffering these cats endure during the breeding process, the challenges they face in being caught between the worlds of wild and domestic life, and the ethical questions surrounding hybrid animals. Let's raise awareness and rethink what it really means to care for animals. Let's begin by understanding what hybrid cats are. Hybrid cats are the result of breeding domestic cats with wild feline species like Asian leopards, servals, or jungle cats. While they may look stunning, combining their elegant wild appearance with the supposed convenience of a domestic pet, the reality is far from glamorous. These cats are often an attempt to bring the untamed beauty of wildlife into our homes. Bengals, for instance, are bred from domestic cats and Asian leopard cats. But regardless of the breed, hybrids present a heartbreaking reality of suffering, both during their creation and throughout their lives in captivity. The reason these cats exist can often boil down to one simple factor: human desire for something unique, exotic, and rare, without understanding the broader ethical or welfare implications. While hybrid cats are marketed as marvels of the pet world, their breeding practices tell a much darker story. The process to create hybrid cats is fraught with stress and suffering, particularly for the wild animals involved. Female wildcats are often captured and kept in confined, unnatural environments to be forcibly bred with domestic cats. These wildcats are biologically and behaviorally unfit for captivity, leading to high levels of stress from the confinement and human intervention. If successful, the breeding process itself is difficult and often dangerous. Wild cats and domestic cats have different instincts, sizes, and reproductive behaviors, creating complications. Injuries during mating are common, and many pregnancies result in stillbirths or health issues for the kittens. The first 1 or 2 generations of hybrids often carry significant struggles, as they are neither fully wild nor fully domesticated. These animals inherit conflicting instincts that put them in a constant state of tension. They don't quite fit into either world. For every adorable photo of a spotted hybrid kitten on social media, there's an untold story of the suffering that went into its creation. For hybrid cats lucky enough to survive the breeding process, the challenges are far from over. These cats face a life in human homes that are unsuitable for their semi-wild nature. A hybrid cat's behavior is where the true issue lies. They inherit traits from their wild parents, such as strong hunting instincts, territorial marking, and highly energetic temperaments. Such behaviors can be unmanageable for most domestic settings. For example, many hybrid cats will spray urine to mark their territory, even inside your home. Even cats that have been spayed or neutered will continue to mark their territory. Their high levels of energy and strong prey drive mean they require incredible amounts of stimulus and exercise, far more than the average cat. Their unsupervised behavior can lead to broken household items, scratched furniture, and even harm to other household pets. Many owners go into this thinking they're getting a beautiful but manageable companion. Instead, they're greeted with a semi-wild cat whose instincts often clash with the expectations of a domesticated pet. This mismatch leads to overwhelming frustration for many owners, resulting in high rates of abandonment, rehoming, or worse, confinement in unsuitable spaces. For the cats themselves, this creates a life of stress and poor mental health. They can't roam freely as truly wild animals would, and yet their behavioral instincts make it impossible for them to thrive as a typical house cat. Now let's take a step back and address some ethical questions about hybrid cats. Why are they being bred in the first place? The answer often lies in aesthetics. These cats are sought after for their appearances, wild spots, striking stripes, or exotic looks, that make people believe they're getting the best of both worlds. But at what cost? The process of breeding, confining, and selling hybrid cats as pets exploits the animals involved. Wild species are abruptly removed from their natural environments, and subjected to lifetimes of imprisonment and effort to create hybrids. This not only harms the individual animals, but also disrupts wild populations and their ecosystems. Moreover, hybrid cats themselves are often victims of human misconceptions. Too wild to be domestic and too tame to survive in the wild, they exist in a limbo that compromises their welfare at every turn. Is it fair to create animals that are destined to live their lives misunderstood and in environments where they can never truly be at peace? We need to reflect on whether satisfying our desire for something exotic is worth the suffering these animals endure. The breeding of hybrid cats poses broader concerns for wildlife conservation and animal welfare. By removing wild cats from their natural habitats to breed hybrids, we disrupt ecosystems where these animals play crucial roles as predators or prey. This not only impacts the balance of these environments, but also risks further endangering wild feline populations already under pressure from habitat loss and human actions. Additionally, the demand for hybrid cats often fuels an unethical pet trade. The exotic pet industry is notorious for exploiting animals with little regard for their well-being, and hybrid cats are no exception. Breeders and traders may prioritize profit over proper care, leaving kittens vulnerable to health issues, improper socialization, and poor living conditions. As animal advocates, we must highlight how these practices not only harm individual cats, but also perpetuate industries that exploit animals on a massive scale. Recognizing this bigger picture reinforces the need for change. So what's the solution? It starts with responsible pet ownership. If you're thinking about bringing a new animal into your life, choose a species or breed well suited to a domestic lifestyle. Domestic cats, for example, are already fully adapted for life with humans. There are millions of cats in shelters waiting for homes, each one capable of forming just as deep a bond as any hybrid cat. We also need to address the myths surrounding hybrid cats, that they're better pets because they're unique or closer to the wild. In reality, they suffer from traits that make them unsuitable for the average home. Educating others about this truth is vital in reducing demand for hybrids and discouraging unethical breeding practices. Finally, support organizations and initiatives that advocate for animal welfare and ethical breeding policies. Together, we can send a strong message that no animal should suffer simply to fulfill our aesthetic preferences. In conclusion, hybrid cats are more than their exotic appearances. They are living beings with complex needs and challenging behaviors rooted in their wild heritage. The breeding process behind these cats is cruel, and their lives in captivity often result in immense stress, frustration, and abandonment. As animal advocates, our responsibility is to raise awareness and make choices that align with the well-being of all animals. Let's rethink hybrid cats, not as glamorous pets, but as examples of why we must respect the natural boundaries between wildlife and domestic life. By choosing ethical pet ownership and spreading awareness, we can help prevent the suffering of hybrid cats and encourage the preservation of wildlife where it belongs, in the wild. Together, we can create a better world for all animals, wild or domestic. Thank you for watching and for caring about the well-being of our animal companions. Let's make a difference, one informed choice at a time.